Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. It's time to take a look at this week's news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. We start this week in Zrenjanin, Serbia, a small European city in the northern part of the country. It played host to the FIDE Cadet World Championships throughout the week. The world's best 15 to 17-year-old athletes came together in a quest for world medals. The wrestling community, of course, enjoyed its time in the scenic country, but the highlight of the week surely was the outstanding wrestling that took place in the local sports arena. Let's take a look at the action that took place over this 6-day event. We start with the biggest news coming out of the Cadet World Championships for Team USA. It was the crowning of a brand new Cadet World Champ. It happened on the 6th day, the final day of action. It was men's freestyle. California prodigy Aaron Pico came in with high expectations at 138 pounds. He had won all of his major national events this year, the FIDE Cadet Nationals in Akron, the FILA Junior Nationals in Las Vegas, and the Junior Nationals in Fargo. And everybody wanted to know how he would do against the best in the world. Well, Pico opened with an impressive offensive display from his feet in his first bout. It was a 7-0 tech fall victory over Osmanaliyev of Kyrgyzstan in a minute 41. His second bout was a close battle with Mamedov of Azerbaijan. Mamedov opened with the only point in the first period on a push-out. In the second, well, it was Pico. He scored a 2-point takedown. His rock-solid defense allowed him to emerge with a hard-fought 2-1 victory. In the quarterfinals, Pico dismantled Karabajak of Moldova by tech fall. It was score 10-2 in a minute 45, scoring multiple takedowns on his way to victory, did Pico. In the semifinals, it was Pico who fell behind Avikas of India, 4-0 at the half. Everybody had their heart in their hands. In the second, however, it was Pico who turned on the offense, scoring 4 straight takedowns for an 8-4 victory. Pico's opponent in the finals, well, he was waiting for him. It was Fujinami of Japan, the talented one. Pico was able to get his offensive takedown attack working against Fujinami, but the Japanese wrestler scored some points of his own. Leading 4-2 at the break, Pico converted 2 more attacks in the second period for an 8-6 victory and the Cadet World Gold Medal. Pico talked to us immediately after his gold medal triumph.
In the Worlds, we just stuck with one game plan, that's to attack. Get the guys tired, but he was a good opponent. You know, he didn't get tired, but I was able to score in critical circumstances, and that was the difference in the match.
Well, we go back in the week, day 2 of freestyle. It was Bo Nickel of Texas, the 2013 Junior National Champ. He competed at 167 pounds and amazed all of us. He opened with a strong 6-3 win over the tough guy Ishiguro of Japan. The score there, 6-3. He scored all of his points in the first period with takedowns and a turn. Next up was Chakalov, the Russian star. Nickel scored first, but the Russian led 3-1 at the break and went on to a 7-1 victory over the American. Bo was pulled back into the repechage when Chakalov reached the finals, and he took advantage of the second chance. In the first repechage bout, Nickel had a quick takedown and 3 ankle-lace turns for a technical fall over Lantione of Italy. Well, Nickel put away his next opponent with an 8-0 tech fall in the very first period. It was Hazbin of Armenia. The opponent in the bronze medal round was Iran's Marjalou. In a close battle, it was Marjalou who scored in the second period for a 4-2 victory, giving Nickel a 5th-place finish. Nickel talked to us about his day of competition.
I just scored right at the beginning, and after that I just couldn't get to my offense. Didn't work hard enough for that, and just ended up trying to go for a desperation throw at the end and didn't come out on top.
Well, 3 of the other U.S. athletes that day were defeated and eliminated when their opponents did not reach the finals. At 220 pounds, it's Cadet National Double Champion Lance Bennick of Minnesota. He fell behind in the first period and was defeated by a 5-0 margin. Stephen Missick of Indiana competed at 119 pounds and was able to get his takedown offense going, but couldn't keep up with Romanov of Azerbaijan. It was a 10-4 loss. At 104 pounds in a wide-open bout, it was Devin Brown of Pennsylvania. He lost to Egyed of Hungary 7-5. Assistant National Freestyle Coach Bill Zadig talked to us about Pico's great win and the team effort on day 2.
We got to fight for control ties. We got to fight to our finishes, and sometimes we get in deep or we get in good on our attacks, and then we expect guys to fall over, and that just doesn't happen.
Stay tuned. Our news from Serbia continues on the other side of the break.
A6 has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where A6 is and wants to be as well.
The 2013 World Team Trials for both juniors and seniors will be held June 20th through the 23rd in Stillwater, Oklahoma. This is your chance to see national champs, world medalists, Olympians, all competing to see who will represent the U.S. at the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, and the FILA Junior World Championships in Sofia, Bulgaria. Visit www.theworldteamtrials.com for all your ticketing and travel information. ASICS is the proud sponsor of USA Wrestling's national teams.
Well, we go back now to the first day of men's freestyle. It was challenging for the U.S. as the team wasn't able to qualify any of the 5 athletes that were in contention. At 110 pounds, Spencer Lee of Pennsylvania got off to a great start, quickly finishing off his first opponent in a 7-0 tech fall 48 seconds into the bout. His second win was an impressive one, 8-0 first period tech fall over Haji Permiji of Iran, which included a number of takedowns. In the quarters, Lee jumped to a 3-0 lead with 2 takedowns over Amir Aslanov of Azerbaijan. His opponent, however, scored on several counters that would give the ability to score to the Azerbaijan with an 11-4 victory. Lee drew Makaidze of Georgia in the repechage rounds, and once again, he got his offense going with leg attacks. Makaidze executed 2 3-point throws in the first period for the tech fall, 6-3. Lee finished in 7th. Another U.S. wrestler who had a strong early run, it was Sean Faust of Kentucky. He placed 9th at 127 pounds. He opened with a victory over Yakub of Romania in his first bout, earning a 12-5 tech fall at the end of the second period. His second match was a quick 8-0 tech fall in just 36 seconds over Papadakis of Greece. It included 2 takedowns and a series of ankle laces. Nice job. But in the third round, Aliyev of Azerbaijan shut down Faust's offense on the way to a 7-0 tech fall. He didn't qualify for the repechage when Aliyev lost in the semis. Finishing in 10th with a 1-1 record was John J. Chavez of Idaho. He did so at 152 pounds. Chavez was attempting to win a medal in both styles of Cadet Worlds. He started his day with a workmanlike 8-0 tech fall over 2012 African Cadet champion Peter Rutz of South Africa, a minute 13 the time of that one. Chavez was defeated in the second bout by Gafrin Dashvili of Georgia, a 6-0 tech fall based on 2 3-point throws. Chavez was eliminated, however, when the Georgian lost in the semifinals. An American who did qualify for the repechage was Austin Gomez at 92 pounds, the young man out of Illinois. Gomez dropped his opening bout by tech fall to the Iranian 0-8. After the Iranian reached the finals, Gomez was pulled back in, where he dropped a bout to Jatin of India by tech fall 0-8. Angus Arthur of Michigan, who also wrestled Greco-Roman, went to a 0-1 finish at 85 kilos, dropping a match to the European Cadet champion from Azerbaijan. Bill Zadek talked about the day 1 action in men's freestyle.
In the tournament against Azerbaijan, it was a relatively low-scoring match, but he seemed to start hitting his stride after that and figured out how to move guys, open them up, not only score go-behinds, but get into people's legs and get through them to score.
Stay tuned. Our news from Serbia continues on the other side of the break.
Wrestlers, are you ready for the next step? USA Wrestling challenges you to test your skills at the USA Wrestling Cliff Keen Athletic Folkstyle Nationals. Become a national champion. Head to the Unidome in Cedar Falls, Iowa on April 5th and 6th to compete against the best wrestlers in the country. Last year's event featured 1,200 cadet and junior wrestlers from 32 states on 26 mats. For more information about this event and other tournaments, visit usawrestlingevents.com.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Now let's head back to day one. For the very first day of women's freestyle at the Cadet Worlds, a day that was very successful for Team USA. Regina Doy, California, came into the event as a veteran star on the cadet level, a winner of the Cadet World title in 2012 and a Cadet World Silver in 2011. She continued her long history of success at 83 pounds. The day didn't start well for Doy when she faced European silver medalist Oksana Livich of Ukraine. Doy scored the first takedown, but her opponent scored 6 straight points to take a 6-2 decision. When Livich reached the finals, Doy had new life, however, earning a spot in the bronze medal round. She would take full advantage. Doy beat 2013 European champion Sharenko of Russia. She had her offense going against the taller opponent, scoring a takedown for the 3-0 lead at the half. She added another in the second period for a big 5-3 win for the bronze, giving her a total of 3 career Cadet World medals.
I just wanted to go in there and wrestle. Like it was my last match. I just left it all out there and I was able to beat Russia. So I was listening to Seiko and Tony and they really helped me through this tournament.
Well, Team USA had another strong effort from 2013 Cadet and Junior Nationals champ Taisha Alu of Hawaii. Remember, Taisha's competing at 123 pounds. Now Alu lost to a formidable opponent in the first round. It was 2011 Cadet World Champion Katsareva of Russia, the eventual champion. Alu had a strong first period with a big 3-point throw, but Katsareva came back with 4 points of her own in the second for a 7-5 win. When Katsareva reached the finals, Alu was pulled back into the repechage round. She came out strong on her next bout, throwing and pinning Carreri of Italy in the first period. Now we go to the bronze medal round. She continued her impressive performance there, breaking up a close match with a big pin over 2013 European champion Grace Bullen of Norway. That was in the second period. Alu talked about her medal performance.
My shoulder was sore in the middle of the match, but I kept pushing, and I'm proud that I didn't give up.
Cadence Lee of California was competing in her second Cadet Worlds and opened with a nice victory over the Hungarian with a first period pin. Her second match was a close loss to Vakila of Finland that came down to the wire before the Finn won it 3-1. Lee was eliminated when Vakila was defeated in the semifinals. Well, Saria Jones of California dropped her first match to an opponent from India, 4-1 at 94 pounds. Two-time Junior Nationals champ Alexis Porter of New York also lost a tight bout, 4-1 to Lagusha of Ukraine at 143 pounds. And both Jones and Porter were not eligible for repechage when their opponents didn't make the finals. We talked with USA World Team Coach Brent Barnes.
A little slow start this afternoon, and you know, this is with these cadets. It's a learning experience. It's not the end; it's the beginning, and being able to emotionally handle all the things that you have to handle when you come to a world championship.
Day 2 marked another medal performance for the women of Team USA. It was Regina Doy, the twin sister of Marina. She was competing in her third Cadet Worlds, but seeking her first medal. She had a great day at 88 pounds. She started off with a big win, defeating 2013 European Cadet champion Grizskaya. 6-4 the final, jumping out to an early lead. She never looked back. Her next bout was an impressive show indeed. It was offense all the way. 8-0, the tech fall win over Maria Chia of Romania in the second period. Her semifinal win over Suleimanov of Kyrgyzstan was a nail-biter for sure. Doy scored a pair of one-point counter takedowns in the first and held off a late rally by her opponent for a 2-1 win and a spot in the finals. In the championship bout, she drew two-time cadet world medalist Svetlana Ankacheva of Kazakhstan. Ankacheva scored the first takedown and scored on some counters in the second for a 4-0 victory. We talked with Regina Doy about finishing her cadet career as a silver medalist.
I had a lot of mental preparation involved. I knew more of what to expect here at the World Championships, and my training, I've improved a lot with my technique, so it's definitely shown.
Our four other U.S. competitors lost their matches and didn't qualify for the repechage. At 132 pounds, it was Becca Leathers of Oklahoma who started with a second period pin over European cadet bronze medalist Alexander Sandahl of Sweden. In her second match, Leathers got behind early and lost by pin to Inks of Romania, giving her a 7th place finish for Team USA. Alyssa LaFrancis of California also opened with a victory at 154 pounds. It was a nice 3-2 win over the European cadet bronze medalist Altug of Turkey. In her second bout, LaFrancis trailed just 3-2 at the break against Vanessa Yacarias of Mexico, but ended up dropping the bout 9-2. LaFrancis finished 10th in the standings. Dropping her first match at 101 pounds was Harriet Symington of Maryland. She dropped a technical fall to Burdov of Romania in the second period. Also falling in her only bout was Gabriel Garcia of California at 114 pounds. She lost to her opponent from Ukraine. USA World Team Coach Tony DeAnda assessed the effort.
Regina was a good situation. She'd been here 2 times before, so that definitely played in a part of just having the experience of being here. You know, Alyssa had been here once before, but not as many times as obviously Regina, and this was the first time for Becca here. You know, they're all going to use that experience as they move on to the junior age group, and it's going to serve them well.
You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly. We'll be right back.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, the 6-day Cadet World Championship started with Greco-Roman, and Team USA made a strong showing on Day 2 of the action. It was Kate Olivas of California who showed tremendous heart with some key comeback wins at 92 pounds. Well, the day started with a tough loss to Metsetbekov of Kyrgyzstan. He edged Olivas in the first round 4-2. When his opponent reached the gold medal finals, Olivas was pulled back into the repechage round. Trailing by 3 points in the first half of his bout against Huzvanov of Azerbaijan, Olivas scored on a step out in the second period and a 3-point throw and duck under to win the bout, 6-5. Olivas also battled back in the bronze medal round against Uzmanov of Kazakhstan. Trailing 6-1 at the break, it was Olivas who turned on the heat. After scoring on 2 nice takedowns, Olivas scored a push-out with 1 second left to tie the bout at 6-6. Based on the criteria, Olivas won the bout and took home the bronze. He talked to us about his performance.
I knew I had to keep going. I know I was down, and I wanted to get that my first bronze medal internationally. So I know I had to push, and that's what really drove me to get the win.
John J. Chavez of Idaho had a strong day at 152 pounds. With a big 3-point throw in the first period, he captured his first round win over Kamen Jasevic of Croatia. The final score was 5-1. In the second bout, Chavez was down 1-0 against Karamov of Azerbaijan, but hit 2 big 3-point throws with an arm lock and a body lock to score 7-1 tech fall. We go to the quarterfinals. Chavez battled Akoyan of Turkey. In a very close bout, the Turkish wrestler won the scrambles and earned a 5-0 victory. Chavez moved into the repechage after Akoyan reached the finals. In that bout, it was Chavez who had a great second period against Nicholas of Poland, hitting a 3-point arm throw and a 3-point body lock for an 8-2 tech fall. Chavez also had some big throws in the bronze medal round against Kalchin of Armenia. Trailing late in the bout, he scored a 2-point takedown and a 2-point gut wrench for an 8-5 victory and the bronze. We talked to Chavez after his bronze medal.
I was tied up, got behind and knew I needed to score, so just had to go after it, be strong, explosive, look for my openings, and just gotta stick to your game plan, and that's about it, I guess.
Well, 3 other U.S. wrestlers were in action on day 2, but dropped early bouts and didn't qualify. Who were they? Well, Tanner Cox of Utah. He was beaten by a 2013 European Cadet bronze medalist, Chavez of Georgia. The second period there, the score 0-8 at 104 pounds. At 167 pounds, Kimball Bastian of Utah couldn't get his offense going and lost to Martin Opperman of South Africa. The score 6-0. Angus Arthur of Michigan fell in his opener at 187 pounds to Oskar Krzyzewski of Poland, 5-2 the final score. Joe Russell talked about the strong effort on day 2.
It was exciting watching the guys come to camp. They came to camp prepared. That's a tribute to their coaches at home. When they got to us at Northern Michigan, at the USEOC, they were prepared, ready to go.
Well, the first day of Greco-Roman, more challenging for Team USA. All 5 wrestlers dropped bouts and didn't reach the medal rounds. 2 Americans had strong first period wins, but were knocked out in the second round. Both placed 9th in their classes. It was Kyle Nordstrom of Florida who came out on fire at 110 pounds, scoring points from a number of techniques for a quick 10-2 tech fall in 56 seconds, by the way, over Georgiadis of Greece. In his second match, Nordstrom scored with more technique but was defeated in a shootout by Sultan Gali of Kazakhstan. The score 14-6. Talk about a battle. Nordstrom didn't advance to repechage and finished 9th. We go to 220 pounds. It was Junior Nationals double champ Roy Nash of Utah who started slowly in his first bout, opening his offense in the second for a 10-0 tech fall over Ravi of India. In his second bout, Nash went toe-to-toe early with Makhmadov of Kyrgyzstan, but was defeated in the second period by 10-2 margin. Nash also failed to qualify for repechage and placed 9th. Now we go to 119 pounds. Taylor Lamont of Utah had a strong start, getting a nice throw in a 5-3 win over Tchaikovsky of Belarus. He had another strong performance in the second, losing to the mighty Russian 5-0. Now, when Gorshin earned a spot in the finals, Lamont was pulled back in. In the next match, Lamont lost a nail-biter to Dumitru of Romania. He got behind 4-0 early, but reversed the Romanian to his back and almost secured a pin. The match ended 4-3 in favor of Dumitru, eliminating Lamont from medal contention. Now we go to 138 pounds. Anthony Grijaldo of New Jersey had a 2-0 lead after the first period over Jorge Martinez of Mexico. He was defeated by his opponent in the second round by a 9-2 margin. Also following in his opener was Devin Barr of Wisconsin at 127 pounds. He fell to an Iranian opponent by tech fall. We talked to U.S. coach Danny Struck.
Last seconds of the first period, was right in it, needed to set the pace in the second period, and Kazakhstan kid had the same plan. So Roy got knocked out, but Roy came off the mat, good attitude, and just said, hey, I got some stuff I got to learn and work on back home.
Well, when it was all said and done, Team USA had a nice performance at the Cadet Worlds with 6 medals and a new Cadet World Champion, Aaron Pico. California men's freestyle is alive and well. Good job. It's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. The pictures are being sent in by families and fans from around the country and are considered for our photo contest in our USA Wrestler magazine and our USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week, our Photo of the Week was sent in by Kim Steed. It shows Tyler Hunter Washer of California hitting a nice double leg at the SCVWA Aftershock Classic Freestyle Tournament in Hollister, California. Folks, you can have your photographs considered simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. That'll do it for this week's very busy show. From all of us here at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks for watching.